Out in the vast expanse of the South Pacific Ocean, floating like a green jewel between New Zealand and New Caledonia, lies a place that time almost forgot: Norfolk Island. This isn't just any island, it's a living museum, a fragment of an ancient world that developed in splendid isolation. Getting here isn't a simple hop. It requires a journey of over 900 kilometers across the open sea, a distance that has shaped every living thing on its shores. This isolation is the secret ingredient that allowed nature to run wild with its imagination, creating a cast of characters you won't find anywhere else on Earth. It's a world built by volcanoes and sculpted by the relentless ocean waves over millions of years. The island itself is relatively small, covering just under 35 square kilometers. You could drive across it in a short amount of time, but you'd want to go slow to soak in the incredible scenery that unfolds around every corner. The landscape is a gentle one, with rolling green hills and pastures that give way to dramatic, sheer cliffs plunging into the turquoise water below. Though mostly gentle in its terrain, the island does have a high point, Mount Bates, which rises to 319 meters. From its peak, you can see the entire island laid out before you, a patchwork of dark green forests and cleared farmlands, all surrounded by the endless blue of the Pacific. Unlike some of its tropical neighbors, Norfolk Island enjoys a wonderfully mild subtropical climate. It's a place without extremes, where the summers are warm but not scorching, and the winters are cool, but never truly cold. This gentle weather pattern, combined with its fertile volcanic soils, has created the perfect conditions for a lush and vibrant ecosystem to flourish. This is a place where you can feel the sun on your skin and the cool ocean breeze in your hair, a climate that has nurtured both the land and the unique life that calls it home for countless generations, long before any human ever set foot on its shores. Just a short distance away lies its rugged companion, Phillip Island. This smaller, uninhabited island is a critical piece of the puzzle, a sanctuary for seabirds and rare plants. Its reddish-brown soil, stripped bare in the past, is now slowly recovering, providing a vital nesting ground for 12 different species of seabirds. Together, Norfolk and Phillip Islands form a tiny archipelago that holds an outsized importance for global biodiversity. They are a testament to the power of isolation, and a stark reminder of how fragile these unique ecosystems can be, standing as a lonely outpost of evolution in the middle of the great ocean. Imagine a forest where the trees are giants and the air is filled with birdsong found nowhere else on the planet. That is the world of Norfolk Island. This place is famous for its incredible endemic species, meaning they evolved here and exist only on this tiny dot in the ocean. The most famous resident is the Norfolk Island pine, a majestic tree that can tower over the landscape, a true symbol of the island's unique natural heritage. But the wonders don't stop there. The island is also home to the world's largest tree fern, a prehistoric-looking giant that can grow over 20 meters tall, creating a lush green canopy that feels like stepping back in time to the age of dinosaurs. The bird life here is truly extraordinary, a vibrant collection of feathered jewels that have adapted to this specific environment. Among the survivors is the cheerful Norfolk Island garrigone, a tiny songbird whose melody still fills the forest. You might also spot the energetic Norfolk gray fantail flitting through the undergrowth, or the stunning Norfolk Island golden whistler, whose bright colors are a flash of sunlight in the trees. These birds are the living descendants of a much larger avian community, the precious few that have managed to hold on against incredible odds, each one a small but mighty symbol of the island's enduring spirit and natural wealth. However, the story of Norfolk Island's birds is also one of profound loss. For every unique species that still flies free, there are others that have vanished forever. The Norfolk kaka, a beautiful and curious parrot, was hunted to extinction, with the last known bird dying far from home in a London cage in 1851. The Norfolk Island ground dove disappeared not long after European arrival, and the beautiful Norfolk pigeon was last seen in 1901. These ghosts haunt the island's history, a silent testament to the devastating impact that humans and their introduced animals can have on a fragile, isolated ecosystem. Their absence is a permanent scar on this paradise. Even among the survivors, some have been pushed to the very edge of existence. The Norfolk parakeet, a brilliant green bird, saw its population plummet to just a handful of individuals before dedicated conservationists stepped in to help. Perhaps most dramatic is the story of the Norfolk Island boobook owl. By 1986, only a single female, named Mayamidi, remained. In a desperate attempt to save the species, she was paired with males from a related New Zealand species. Today, her hybrid descendants are all that remain, a living, breathing legacy of both loss and a determined effort to prevent complete extinction. Long before Europeans ever saw its towering pines, Norfolk Island was home to another group of explorers. Around the 14th century, Polynesian seafarers arrived, navigating the vast ocean in their canoes to find this uninhabited land. They were the first people to alter the island's pristine environment, clearing some of the land for their settlements and gardens. Though they lived here for several generations, they eventually abandoned the island for reasons that remain a mystery to us today. They left behind archaeological traces of their lives, but they also left behind the Polynesian rat, the first invasive species to begin the slow, tragic disruption of the island's native wildlife. Everything changed dramatically in 1774 when Captain James Cook, on his second voyage to the South Pacific, became the first European to sight the island. He was amazed by the tall, straight trunks of the Norfolk Island pines, believing they would be perfect for making masts for the Royal Navy's ships. He also noted the abundance of flax, thinking it could be used for sails. This discovery sealed the island's fate. Just a few years later, in 1788, it was settled as part of the British colony of New South Wales, beginning a new and tumultuous chapter in its history that would forever alter its natural world. The island's isolation made it the perfect location for a brutal, penal colony. For decades, it was a place of exile and punishment, known as the Hell of the Pacific. During this time, convicts were forced to clear vast areas of the native forest for buildings, agriculture, and timber. This large-scale habitat destruction was a devastating blow to the native plants and animals that depended on the ancient forest for their survival. Along with the people came more unwelcome arrivals. House mice, brought ashore with the first ships, began to compete with native creatures for food, adding another layer of pressure on the already stressed ecosystem. The final, catastrophic blow for much of the island's wildlife came during World War II. In 1943, a military ship, the USS Reinaki, ran aground, and with it came a new and far more aggressive invader, the black rat. These predators were devastatingly effective hunters, preying on the eggs and chicks of native birds that had evolved with no defense against such enemies. Species that had survived for centuries suddenly faced an existential threat. The Norfolk triller, abundant in 1941, was gone by 1942. The Norfolk thrush vanished by 1975. This single event triggered an extinction crisis that pushed many of the island's unique birds over the edge. Faced with the haunting silence left by extinct species, the people of Norfolk Island and conservationists from around the world decided to fight back. They knew they had to act decisively to save what was left of this precious natural heritage. A major turning point came in 1984 with the establishment of the Norfolk Island National Park. This act protected a significant portion of the island's remaining native forest, creating a vital sanctuary where endangered plants and animals could find refuge. This was more than just drawing lines on a map. It was a promise to future generations that this unique corner of the world would not be allowed to fade away completely. The battle for Norfolk Island's biodiversity is being fought on many fronts. One of the most urgent tasks has been the war on invasive species. On nearby Phillip Island, a world-leading operation successfully eradicated all the predatory rats and destructive rabbits, allowing the island's ecosystem to begin a miraculous recovery. Back on Norfolk Island, teams work tirelessly to control invasive weeds that choke out native plants, and they maintain a network of predator-proof fences to protect the last remaining populations of the most vulnerable birds, like the endangered Norfolk Island robin. Every trap set and every weed pulled is a small victory in a much larger struggle. Incredible efforts are underway to directly support the most endangered species. For the Norfolk parakeet, conservationists have planted thousands of native trees to restore their food sources and have installed special nesting boxes to protect their chicks from predators. A similar program for the hybrid boobook owls provides them with safe places to raise their young, giving this fragile population its best chance at survival. These hands-on interventions are critical, representing a direct human effort to undo some of the damage that was done in the past and to give these species a fighting chance in the modern world. The story of Norfolk Island is a powerful lesson, a tale of both tragic loss and inspiring hope. It shows us just how quickly a unique world can be dismantled, but it also shows us that with dedication, science, and community spirit, we can begin to heal the wounds. The ongoing conservation work is a testament to a growing understanding that we are all guardians of this planet's incredible biodiversity. The future of Norfolk Island's lost world is not yet written, but thanks to these dedicated efforts, there is hope that its unique birds will sing in the ancient forests for many, many years to come.